Protesters in Portland have now ratcheted up their anti-administration tactics, going so far as to bring in neon leotards. This is real video from an 80s-themed peaceful protest party outside an ICE facility in Oregon. Acting ICE Director Todd Lyons joins us now. When these neon leotards showed up, did anybody just self-deport?
No, not really, Peter. It gave us a good chuckle. I'd rather have pink neon than rocks and paint cans thrown at us, so I'll take that any day of the week. It kind of breaks up the violence we're seeing, right?
Yeah, no, that's good progress. We like to see that. We also got some news overnight about the latest operation to round up dangerous illegal immigrants. It is in Charlotte. It's called Charlotte's Web. That follows Florida's Operation Dirtbag. Who comes up with the names of these operations?
We have a great team that does it, but Secretary Noem, she came up with Operation Dirtbag, and she's proud of that operation. That just shows what state partnership does. You look at 230 or more, illegal aliens that were lawfully already deported, ordered deported, yet they were still here doing crimes, violent crimes, child sex offenders, molesters, predators, right? More than 150. So it's a great operation. Secretary Noem knows how to work with state governors, and that's what she's doing, and it was a great success for us.
And this Operation Dirtbag, people like it when predators are taken out of their neighborhoods. We have the stats here. 54 sexual predators, 164 offenders of sexual crimes, 2 convicted murderers, 1 convicted drug trafficker, 8 who were convicted of other felonies. Is there going to be something like Operation Dirtbag outside of Florida soon?
Yeah, you're going to see it all over, Peter, right? Because kind of like you said, no one can argue with us for taking out a sex offender out of their neighborhood. That's what ICE is doing. ICE is doing a public safety mission, and these are the people that people should want out of their neighborhoods. So you're going to see any local jurisdiction, any state jurisdiction, county sheriff that wants to work with us, just like the great partnership we have in Florida, we're going to do it nationwide. You're going to see more operations like that.
Next, this is a crazy story. California has now admitted that they've issued at least 17,000 commercial driver's licenses to illegal immigrants. They are now being canceled because nobody knows that these truck drivers can even read street signs in English. Listen to this.
We do have an extreme public safety crisis on our roads, and the root of all of it is unvetted, unqualified, unsafe, non-citizen drivers behind the wheels of these big rigs.
So what can ICE do to help get these illegal immigrant truckers with legal driver's licenses, at least for now, off the road?
Peter, what we've been doing is working with our state partners. We have a great relationship with the governor of Oklahoma, governor of Texas, governor of Indiana. We've seen a lot of great successes out there. During Operation Midway Blitz, we worked with the Indiana State Police, and we got so many of these illegal aliens that had these valid CDL licenses. And we see so many innocent American lives being taken by these dangerous weapons, which are these huge 18-wheelers that go in 75 miles down the road. It's pretty much a missile. Right, so ICE is working with all of our state and local partners because we're dedicated to make sure that no more American lives are lost. There's something senseless as sanctuary jurisdictions giving, CDL licenses to, your point, people that can't read or write, can't speak English, shouldn't even be on the road in the first place.
And then there was this week. President Trump, we know, his MO, he is the biggest champion of ICE, the main agency enforcing his top priority, which is immigration. But these deportations, we learned this week, are not necessarily as black and white as we thought.
In Georgia, they raided because they wanted illegal immigrants out. They had people from South Korea that made batteries all their lives. Making batteries are very complicated. It's not an easy thing. They had like 500 or 600 people, early stages, to make batteries and to teach people how to do it. Well, they wanted them to get out of the country. You're going to need that, Laura. I mean, I know you and I disagree on this.
So based on what the president was saying there, are all ICE raids created equally, or is the president changing the policy a little?
No, every ICE raid is different, right? We're based on criminal intelligence. We're based on foreign intelligence. So we look at every case as a whole, right? So a lot of times on our cases, we come from intelligence gain from local and state police department. But, immigration law is almost as convoluted and crazy as tax law. So each case, we have to take a deep look into every case, and we really have to look at the facts. We've always said we're going to focus on the worst of the worst, but we're also going to make sure if you're here in the country legally, we're going to get you out. And to the employers who employ and attract a lot of these illegal aliens that come in and steal American jobs, we're going to focus on those American companies as well.
Well, you guys have been as busy as any of the government agencies since President Trump got back. I know you've got a lot going on. Acting Director Todd Lyons, thank you for being here.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.